Alrighty then, guys, this is Alan recording another comprehensive Magic the Gathering Arena draft video. It's time to do some more Premier Draft of Dominaria, considered one of the best limited formats of all time, so let's begin. Alrighty then, pack one, pick one, Dominaria draft. What do we have the fine pleasure of opening today? Okay, Rona's pretty good. There's a Land War Elf, and there's also Cloud Reader Sphinx in this pack. Thorn Elemental is good if you can ramp into them, but you do need some ramp, obviously. So I think the choice here is between Rona, Cloud Reader Sphinx, and the Land War Elf. I guess Deathbloom Thal is also a good card, but I wouldn't consider them over any of these three. Given that Rona is an uncommon, I guess I don't mind just first picking Rona. I mean, the other commons are good, Cloud Reader Sphinx and Land War Elves, and they would definitely keep our options open. Land War Elves is a pretty crucial component if I'm looking to ramp into a big green creature, but it's still at common, so if the color is open, I have a higher chance of getting one. So I don't mind just first starting with Rona here. She's a pretty good card, and I haven't drafted any blue-black control yet, as of right now. And being at uncommon, it's a little bit more difficult to pass up. And she's a good card, so yeah, let's take some Rona. Maybe we can focus on some historic synergies. Well, there's a Wrath Capuchin versus Merfolk Trickster in this pack. If I want to keep myself in blue, I guess I take the Merfolk Trickster, but Wrath is way better than Merfolk Trickster. And regardless, Merfolk Trickster is definitely a little bit harder to cast due to the double blue component, and is mostly going to excel in some sort of a blue-red Wizards deck, since you want to be aggressive with the tapped ability. The tapped ability can be used defensively, of course, but it's better if you're using it offensively just to get rid of a large blocker and then get in a huge attack. So, I don't really like the Merfolk Trickster here. I think I'm just going to take the Wrath Capuchin Ship's Mage as a nice alternate archetype I can switch to if blue-black control isn't open. And being past this is a sign that the person to my right doesn't want to be drafting white-blue. So, we'll see. We can also splash one of each, vice versa. Ooh, the best card in this pack is a Fight with Fire. It doesn't fit with any of our two choices here, but it is a really powerful card. Alternatively, if Fight with Fire was in this pack, we do have access to a Divination. But Fight with Fire is just way too good, I think, to pass up. The power level of this card is incredibly high. There's also Mesa Unicorn if I want to stick with an aggressive white plan, but I'll just take a Fight with Fire for now, just keep our options open. If this wasn't this pack, I'd probably take a Divination, but let's just take the Fight with Fire. Seeing this being passed is a pretty interesting signal. Now we can finally take a blue card, Academy Journey Mage versus Cloud Reader Sphinx. Also, Wizard's Retort is decent, but it's better off. I guess there's a couple of wizards we have here. I guess Wrath Capuchin counts as a wizard, but usually in white-blue you want to be very aggressive, and you're not trying to leverage any control strategies with the Wizard's Retort. Blue-black does have its wizards as well. Calico Skin Witch, that can go nicely to Wizard's Retort, but here, I think it's just between Academy Journey Mage and Cloud Reader Sphinx, both really good cards. Academy Journey Mage would be fine in both decks. Cloud Reader Sphinx can bring a nice late game curve topper, but I think Academy Journey Mage is just really good. It's a nice interaction spell, plays good in blue-black. Wrath is already a wizard for it, so I'll take an Academy Journey Mage here. Nice Time of Ice. I guess there's also another Academy Journey Mage versus Cloud Reader Sphinx. Time of Ice is not going to be as best unless you're being very aggressive, so it's going to be as best in white-blue, but blue-black control, it's not going to be that great. I guess now I can just take my Cloud Reader Sphinx now that I took an Academy Journey Mage, and it's a huge sign that blue is open. Perhaps Blue-Red Wizards is also open to Gitu Journey Mage, but I do want to kind of diversify a bit and have a nice top-end Flyer and also an Academy Journey Mage. Just to keep our decks consistent if we either end up in blue-black control, blue-white aggro, or blue-red wizards. Let's just take a Cloud Reader Sphinx. Here, there's a Tolarian Skull versus Vodalian Arcanist. I guess Valiant Arcanist is fine in both decks. I guess a little bit worse with the Wrath Capuchin plan since you tend to be more creature heavy. But regardless, it's a fine 2-drop. And we could still be in Blue-Red Wizards, and I don't want to miss out on one, so we'll take it here. Nice late Fiery Intervention. Maybe we do just end up in Blue-Red Wizards. Who knows? Let's just take it. Take an Arcane Flight in case we need to pick up a Cold Water Snapper, Gitu Lava Runner. Okay, so we just might be in Blue-Red Wizards, and also there's a Keldon Raider, which I wouldn't mind in Blue-Red Wizards. So maybe our first pick and our second pick weren't too amazing, but we do have a nice setup for just potentially a decent Blue-Red Wizards deck. Instead of going to blue-white or blue-black, we can still end up splashing one of these, or if Blue-Red Wizards is cut off, we can transition. But overall, yeah, I think we have our archetype almost set and done. So hopefully we get rewarded in the next pack and see where we end up. Both of these cards are definitely splashable, of course. But I'm glad I stayed open and just took the Cloud Reader Sphinx over Time of Ice for the second Journey Mage, just to have some sort of balance in our blue deck. So could have had another Cloud Reader Sphinx. Ooh, Gitu Journey Mage. Wow, this is a huge sign. Yeah, Wizards seem like it's Blue-Red Wizard seems like it's open. So maybe we just end up splashing one of these. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, the packs are definitely flowing. Do we get rewarded? Yawgmoth's Vile Offering is very good with Rona. This pack is not very good for us. I guess we can always just take a Memorial to Genius as a nice upgrade of our land slot. Pegasus Courser would be fine. The Wrath Capuchin plan. Yawgmoth's Vile Offering would be quite powerful with Rona, but it is a legendary sorcery, so you need lots of legendaries to kind of enable it. Guess here I'll just take a Memorial to Genius. It doesn't hurt to just have a nice upgrade over land slot. Turning one of your lands into a spell is quite potent, so I'll take it here. Okay, there's an Urgoros. Alternatively, there's an Arvoltine Scholar, Tolarian Scholar, or Fiery Intervention. With all the red being passed to us late in the last pack, and the Wizards especially, I think we just stick with Blue-Red Wizards here, and just take another Fiery Intervention as a nice removal spell at the top end. Valduke requires auras and equipments. I guess he's fine with the Arcane Flight. Regardless, he's just a random 3-mana 3/2, which I also always never mind. The Rampaging Cyclops could be fine at 4 as a decent blocker, but we have a Keldon Raider already. This pack also kind of sucks for us. I mean, there's good green cards, so could just take a Valduke. Maybe we can pick up a Jousting Lance. Valduke can get better. Still a 3-mana 3/2. Okay, playable. And a late Goblin Barrage. Okay, so Blue-Red Wizards is open. There's also Sorcerer's Wand, but usually we can just win without it. I think we just want to take all the good removal spells here and just drop the Wizards deck. Between Opt and Gitu Lava Runner, I think I'd rather have my first Gitu Lava Runner to just have more Wizard synergy. And it's a nice aggressive card anyways if you can play it out exactly on turn 1 and grow it. And another late Cloud Reader Sphinx. Okay, seems good. Could just take a random Bloodstone Goblin. There's a Short Sword, but I'd rather have the Jousting Lance in the deck. We don't really have any kicker spells to go along with the Bloodstone Goblin, besides maybe like a Fight with Fire, so maybe I just take the Short Sword here. There's a chance I could just end up playing it here, just for Valduke. And I might just play the Arcane Flight for Valduke as well. We'll see. Champion of Flame, not a card I like. I have 2 Lava Runners already. I think having more than 2, it can be a little bit weird in a deck that doesn't have lots of instances and sorceries. So I don't mind just taking a Syncopate here. Always don't mind a copy of these, even if we're looking to be aggressive. Not looking to play any of these. I guess I don't mind Tolarian Scholar as a fine blocker on turn 3 in case we don't end up with the Valduke plan. Valduke could still be fine, maybe even better than Tolarian Scholar. So we'll see. I think we're going to go 17 lands here, since we have 4 of these 5-drops. Ooh, Sorcerer's Wand. Don't mind if I do. We do have a couple of wizards, so maybe we can just main deck the Sorcerer's Wand over the Short Sword, and that's still fine with Valduke. I don't hate that plan. Alright, Varix. Not going to say no to Varix. Powerful Bomb. Even if you don't kick this, it's still 4 mana, 4/4 flying. And hey, the kicker cost isn't really that expensive, only 7 mana. So usually, you do end up flooding out sometimes, and having a kicked Varix Bladewing is quite strong. So at 7 mana with the kicker ability, it's quite cheap compared to the other large green creatures that require a lot more mana to kick. So it's going to be my clear pick here. Just a powerful 4-drop Flyer that we can use as a powerful win condition. Tempest Djinn is pretty good, but we do have a lot of red in the deck already. I could still take it here. Alternatively, there's just a Warlord's Fury, which we can take. Because I don't know if this deck is going to end up casting the Tempest Djinn, since a triple blue requirement seems really hard with what we have. But it is the best card in this pack, so I guess I'll take it. We'll see if we end up playing the Tempest Djinn. And, well, there's another Cloud Reader Sphinx, but this time I think we just take a Divination here. We do have double Cloud Reader Sphinx already as nice win conditions. Could use some nice card draw and filtering in this deck, so we'll take a Divination. Wow, what's going on, Zahid? Well, I have to take it now. I mean, I do have the Sorcerer's Wand that it can tap. It's just too good to pass up. So this is probably like an 18-land deck, probably. Even as Cloud Reader Sphinx and Shivan Fire. But we'll take a Zahid here. Zahid's just way too good. And happy with a blink of an eye. So Blue-Red Wizards is way open here. I think we're going to have a really fun deck. There's another Fire Intervention. Alternatively, there's another Coldwater Snapper. But I think with all this stuff, I think we have a good late game. But I still don't want to Dying Skull Arcanist since I have 2 already. Could just take it anyways. Maybe we don't end up playing it. Who knows? Could just take a second Syncopate, could take a second Keldon Raider, but maybe the second Syncopate can be fine in this deck. So I don't think we're going to do the Coldwater Snapper plan if we already have Zahid and Cloud Reader Sphinxes already, but I'll take another one anyways. And I guess this is 16 lands, so I guess we could just cut a Syncopate here, or because I think or we can just cut a Gitu Lava Runner. Like, we really don't have too many cheap instances and sorceries to help fuel it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I don't mind. I'll just take a second Warlord's Fury if that's the case. I could just cut one. Or I can just cut them both. And maybe our deck is more interested in the more mid-rangey sort of plan, where we're trying to cast things like Tempest Djinn, double Cloud Reader Sphinx, kick Varix Bladewing, fight with fire, kicked, and Tempest Djinn. So we could just cut the aggro plan from this deck, since I don't think our deck seems very aggressive, and we would rather just have blockers. So something like this could be fine. Is 18 lands too much? Maybe 18 lands is just a little bit too much. I mean, we do have a high curve, but it's not like we're playing a kicker deck or anything. So this is 17 lands already. This is mostly going to be a 4-drop in the deck. I don't mind my 4s. I like my powerful 6-drops, some 5s. Valduke is quite nice with the Sorcerer's Wand. It's just an okay 3-drop, I guess, which I don't mind. Tempest Djinn can always be played late as well, even though it's triple blue. Could main deck 1 copy of Befuddle. Sorcerer's Wand looks like a decent game plan if we don't have enough wizards. So now what? We could just toss in Arcane Flight and Coldwater Snapper. But then I think the mana curve is going to get too high because we have this on 6. We were planning to maybe kick this on 7 as well. Planning to kick this on 9. So I guess if we're trying to be a little bit more controlling, we can just throw in a second Syncopate, which is always fine in a 17 land deck, and then maybe we can toss in, I don't know, perhaps, how many creatures are we running? 12, so I don't think Short Sword will be that great. Maybe we just throw in a Gitu Lava Runner anyways, just to have like a random 1-drop and a wizard that we can play early. The reason why I don't need to play short sword is because we don't have enough creatures. Warlord's Fury is like whatever. It's only good if you have multiple G2 Lava Runners, but overall, we don't really have like an Atalies or anything that needs to require any pumping with this. Don't think I need a second G2 Lava Runner because again, we aren't hyper aggressive. What just happened? Forgot what I just clicked here. Yeah, maybe we just run a second Syncopate. So looking at our curve, it looks something like along the lines like this. But again, we do have the expensive fire interventions that we're looking to kick. Fight with fires that maybe we're looking to kick. We need lands for Syncopate, of course. But Fuddle's always like whatever. We can always cycle this to prevent some damage. And Sorcerer's Wand does require a lot of mana just to move the wand around and ping the opponent. So yeah, we could try something out like this. Tempest Djinn is going to be a late card too. So we're not going to start really deploying anything until like turn 4 or turn 5, I think. And it's nice to have Syncopate as some sort of backup counterspell in case the opponent plays expensive stuff. So yeah, we can try something like this. I also don't think we need Arcane Flight with the Cold Wire Snapper since we have a lot of win conditions already, and a good number of flyers. So yeah, this seems fine. We can go 10-8, slightly favoring blue, having a bit of black. So yeah, this seems pretty fun. So let's try this out. And our picture, Zahid. Let's do this. Took a million years, but we finally found our opponent. Okay, well, Tempest Djinn with double island. Count me in. We're on the play. I guess going 9-8 isn't bad. It's favoring blue since we have this Tempest Djinn to cast. And he's just a really powerful card. Definitely a lot more powerful than the other triple color cards, since it can at least fly. Next turn we can always just Divination or play out Valduk, since Valduk can be quite aggressive, if need be. We'll play out Valduk. He can counter it, who cares. We currently don't have any equipments and auras, besides a Sorcerer's Wand, but still a 3-2 body. It can beat down pretty hard. Weight of Memory, okay. And he's milling himself. I guess he has a... I mean, he doesn't have any swamps. I could just play out Varric's Bladewing here. Like, we don't really need to kick him. I mean, the 4/4 buys are already pretty scary, so let's just get out there. Let's just punish the opponent for drawing cards. And we can just start pushing damage across. Because not only will he need a removal spell for Varric's, but the 3/2 can attack past the 1/3. And if we get land drop, Cloud Reader Sphinx will also be nice. Opponent has a good double block here. I could just Goblin Barrage. I think the Divination is correct here. Just to hit our land drops and whatnot. No land drops, okay. I guess we have access to a Blink of an Eye, so I don't mind just attacking with Varric's, and if he tries to kill Varric's, we can always blink Varric's and kick him later. Sure. Guess his 1/1's gonna start killing me. So opponent's just playing a Tetsuko with a bunch of 1/1s, I'm assuming. If he decides to attack, I can block, like... I guess I can't block anything here. Opponent needs to play defense here. Okay, I could just play out Cloud Reader Sphinx. Although Varix does hit a little bit harder, and does put him on a 4-turn clock. Maybe this is not the game where I'm looking to kick Varix. Alternatively, I can just play out the Tempest Djinn. Yeah, maybe this is just not the game where I'm looking to kick Varix. I just want to get as much damage across as much as possible, so I think we'll just stay back here. Tetsuko is annoying. I guess I could Goblin Barrage, eventually Goblin Barrage away Tetsuko. Okay, he had a Blessed Light anyway, so I think the game plan now is to Goblin Barrage Tetsuko away. Otherwise, he's just going to kill me. Ooh, and the Sorcerer's Wand is quite nice, so we'll just play out the Sorcerer's Wand. Kill Tetsuko. And then we have good blockers here. I can constantly equip this to make 3/3s. But we are missing our land drops. I could run away with 18 lands in this deck. It's not unthinkable. Since we could use our mana better here. Jousting Lance is really annoying though. But I guess we have the, we could chump here. But I'm fine with taking 3. Maybe Cloud Reader Sphinx can hold this off. Yeah, we'll just play a Cloud Reader Sphinx. I'll keep any land we scry on top. Yeah, I think I need to hit my land drops. Then we can just stay back with everyone. And if he uses a trick on my Cloud Reader Sphinx, I have a second one to play. Next turn I could just equip the Sorcerer's Wand. Cold Water Snapper, pretty annoying card. I guess I'll hold off my my cards. I guess I don't mind just Tempest Djinn into Geet Journey Mage. That seems pretty nice. And we can start beating down the Flyer. Next turn is lethal unless he kills my Flyer, so we're in decent shape. We also have a decent number of blockers to hold off the opponent, so we don't take too much damage. Island off the top is good since I can hit him with the Tempest Djinn and then ping with the Gitu. Okay, never mind, he's just going to gain a 10 of life. Okay. Guess I don't mind having a land to discard a Keldon Raider. I do need to pressure him. So I'm just going to send in all, and next turn is a 2-turn clock. Maybe I'll have to run, yeah, maybe I have to run a lot of lands in this deck. It doesn't seem like a deck where I need the Gitu Lava Runner, obviously, so maybe I can run away with 18. There's just too many expensive cards in this deck, and I don't think Gitu Lava Runner is going to be very effective. So let's throw out the Gitu Lava Runner here. Even though it is a wizard, how many wizards do I have? 5 wizards. I mean, sure, it has synergy with the Sorcerer's Wand, but I don't think it's worth it. We just want to play and kick our expensive spells. Alternatively, I could just cut the Befuddle. But Befall can be nice if it can draw me into a card and ambush the opponent. And I don't really have too many instances of sorceries to fuel the G2 Lava Runner fast enough, so I think we're going to have to go to 17 lands. And in that case, do I want to add in an extra island or another mountain? I guess I'd rather have an even split because I do need double red for these. And I only have a triple blue card and a double blue card versus a heat, so I think we just keep it 9-9, I think. And we should be pretty okay with this deck. Yeah, let's do this. We were close to losing the first match if the opponent has like a Wild Onslaught or something with an Anthem effect. Because yeah, there was no way we were going to win that match if he had some sort of Anthem effect. Because his deck was way faster than ours, and we needed to hit our land drops, and we did. And missing out on a single land drop was really bad for us. So we always have to. It's crucial that we hit our land drops to cast our expensive spells, etc. Okay, opening hand, favoring red a little bit more. It's not a very... Doesn't have any creatures, but it can be okay. I think I'll keep. We're on a draw too, so we'd rather play defense more. There's our Tempest Gen, but we don't have triple blue yet. Hopefully we can counter off something nice on turn 3. Don't really care about this card. Hopefully taps out for something like a G2 Lava Runner, and we can Journey Mage, and we can counter it. Do I care about this? Yeah, I guess I do. I guess I'd rather just counter this. It can be quite annoying, and I do want to just pull off my Syncopate right now. Now we have access to Tolarian Arcanist, the Vodalian Arcanist, so I don't know if that counter was correct, but I couldn't have predicted this Vodalian Arcanist anyways. Sure, he bounces back. I guess I don't mind just Goblin Barraging away this Academy Journey Mage, so it doesn't deal too much damage. Land is good. The question is, do I play out the Tempest Djinn? Like, he does have mana for maybe a counter spell, so maybe I just play out the Vodalian Arcanist anyways. And then hopefully we can get a clear idea of whether or not we want to cast Tempest Djinn next turn. I'm blocking here. No reason not to. Could just use a Shivan Fire to finish this off. Cold Wire Snapper. Okay, so we can't kill that. Hey, we have access to a Cloud Reader Sphinx though, which I don't mind. I'm definitely going to scry any lands to bomb, although we could get a kicked fight with fire eventually. Keldon Raider, what's that going to do for us? Like, it can loot away the mountain. I guess we want to kick the fight with fire on turn 9, so I guess we don't hate having lands. So maybe we actually just bomb the Keldon Raider, because we aren't playing the loot anyways. And it's not really that efficient of a body that we care about. I mean, I can't really kill the Cold Water Snapper. He's going to start attacking me with it. So maybe we need the Keldon Raider. Because he could just take out our Flyer, like the Tempest Djinn, and we would be in trouble. So yeah, maybe we just keep the Keldon Raider, and then maybe we can ditch the mountain next turn. I'll keep the mountain here so I can throw it, because the island can fuel the Tempest Djinn instead. Yeah, we just need some good ground blockers against this Cold Water Snapper, because it's definitely going to beat down pretty hard if we don't find enough blockers for it. Wow, 2 of them? Well, 2 of them is a lot. Guess I don't mind double blocking one of them, losing a Keldon Raider. But if he has removal, we're in trouble, because we can't afford to take 8. I guess I do have a free chump blocker here, so I don't mind just throwing one of them in front of a Cold Water Snapper and taking 4. Maybe I can win the game by maybe killing him with a Fight with Fire. So let's see, how much mana do I have? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So one more land and I can do it. Huh. Unfortunately, Fire Intervention won't be able to kill this. And he does have lethal, but I think I have to go for this. And then keep everyone back, I guess. Trade off a Tempest Djinn, take 5. And then use this to block the Gitu Lava Runner. Let's try this. Well, I guess I'm down to 1. Not much I can do about that. And if I pick up another creature, never mind, no creatures. I guess I had to use fight. Ooh, actually, oh, I could use Fight with Fire. Yeah, that was bad. Guess I don't mind just chump blocking with the 1/3 and holding off the 4/5. And the 1/2, I mean, and then we can play out Zahid and hopefully he can help us stabilize. Do I attack here? I guess I don't have to since I can always just Fight with Fire and then shoot him for 10 and kill him. Wrath, okay. Guess attacking for 3 isn't bad. And then I can hope I top deck a land to cast this Fire Intervention. No land, okay. Guess we can just stay back on defense here. And then next turn we can kick the Fight with Fire. So I can do 4 here and 6 here, so he's going to go down to 8. We can kill him for lethal. Yeah, I think I'll take the safe approach. No, actually maybe I'd just rather just do 10 to his face. This is hard. Yeah, let's just do 10 to his face. Got him. Opponent almost got me the Cold Water Snappers, but hey, kick Fight with Fire, 18 land deck, let's do it. We're on the draw. Seems okay. We can befuddle to cycle it. Okay, 2-drop. That can help us play defense. So red-white aggro. Okay. He might play a legendary to pump this up. Pegasus Courser instead. Okay. Probably need to find a removal spell for this Pegasus Courser. Don't mind just playing out the second Vodalian Arcanist here. He'll attack us for 3. I can syncopate for 1. Opponent just passes, okay. Guess I don't mind just staying back and keeping up my syncopate. I can also just befuddle here. End of turn and cycle. Yeah, let's just befuddle here. Cycle this. Take 1, and then we have syncopate for x equals 2. I love Vodalian Arcanist. I can cast Fire Intervention. Alternatively, I guess I'll be able to kick Fight with Fire with 2 more lands. Guess I don't mind scrying for those lands. And then hopefully this can help me stabilize. Don't really want the Tolarian Scholar. Let's just keep the land on top for the Fight with Fire. And I guess I don't mind just attacking for 2. If he takes our Cloud Reaver Sphinx, I can use Fire Intervention on the Pegasus Courser. Yep. Keep the Vodalian Arcanist back to double block the Benelish Honor Guard. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so 1 more land, and I can kick the Fight with Fire and deal a ton of damage and wipe out his whole entire board. Seems good. Valduke, Keeper of the Flame. I can double block the Benelish Honor Guard, although I'd rather just Fight with Fire against it. And I guess I'll just do it now. Nice nasty 2-for-1. Even how Wizard's Lightning saved up for one of my Arcanists. Kick Sergeant Arms, okay. Going to be quite annoying. Luckily this Memorial Genius can be quite nice. I'm going to save my Fire Intervention, no need to use it on a 2-3. We can sacrifice it next turn to draw some cards. Guess I have double red for, no, let's just tap a red. I mean, I was thinking I could, I double red for the, Varix, here we have it, but I think regardless, I'd rather just, kick him for 7 mana, so I think we're fine. Just say go. Could see like an Adamant Will here. Wondering if he hasn't invoked the Divine for these Sorcerer's one. Never mind, he's just going to go wide. Yeah, I guess we just kick the Varix, right? Yep, this is the reason why we run 17 lands, folks. I mean 18. Then Fire Intervention that one away. pretty much lethal, even if he kills a 4/4 flyer, because I can ping the Valdalian Arcanist, next turn attack with 4, and then ping again. So yeah, not an easy matchup for the opponent to win. Right, 3-0, let's keep this show on the road. Okay, well, we have Divination, Syncopate. Really want to kick the fight with fire, but I think this is an okay keep. Pulling mulligans, but he's playing white, so he's going to be fairly aggressive here. Need to be careful. Okay, no Dauntless Bodyguard at least, turn 1. Next turn we have Syncopate X equals 1. He's probably going to deploy a 2-drop here. No 2-drop, wow. Not what you want to be doing in the white deck. Right, still nothing. Alright, if I play my Divination here, I'm going to be forced to discard, but I guess I can just play out Valduke. And then next turn we can play out Keldon Raider, ditch a Mountain, and then we should be okay. Then we can leave up Syncopate for something in the future. Call the Cavalry, okay. Ooh, Sorcerer's Wand. Okay, that's quite nice, but I think this turn we just play out the Keldon Raider. Next turn we can do the Sorcerer's Wand. Ditching land because we're running 18. Just say go. He's definitely going to equip one of his 2/2 Knights. But hopefully I can step some sort of Sorcerer's Wand. Just start beating down. I mean, I could just trade my Keldon Raider off, of course. We'll see. Maybe I just trade it off. Like, these have Vigilance, so it's quite annoying. Sure, I'll trade it off. And then I can start generating 3/3s with Valduke. Sorcerer's Wand's not bad. I mean, the Tolarian Scholar is also not that bad, but I think I'm just fine doing this. So I can kind of race the opponent, I think. And he would need some sort of Blessed Light or something to deal with the Valduke. And I can also tap Valduke end of turn to deal the extra 1 damage to him. Wish I can syncopate that, but nope. Just gotta deal 1 damage to his face. I guess Tolarian Scholar can hold it back next turn. So I don't mind just playing out the Tolarian Scholar. And then, guess I can keep up double blue. I don't have the Divination now. I think I want to keep Syncopate in case something happens. Of course, I could ping, move this wand around, but I'm not going to do that, so we're just going to keep this 2-3 back on defense, take 3, and keep up Syncopate in case he has something. Okay, bold attack. I think I'm going to block 1. And if he has an Adamant Will, that's fine. I can't really Syncopate an Adamant Will, however. But that's an obvious choice if he has one. Yeah, I have to let that resolve, unfortunately. I could keep up Syncopate here, but 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess one more land, and I have access to a kicked Fight with Fire. So I think I'm fine just taking a bit of damage here, blocking a 2/2 next turn. Taking 3, blocking a 2/2, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So one more land, and I can kick a Fight with Fire, and I should be in good shape, unless he kills my Vodalian Arcanist, which I'm hoping he doesn't. I'm definitely going to block a 2/2 with a Vodalian Arcanist. Sarah Angel, that's a good one. Okay, land is good, so now we have to kick the Fight with Fire. I think I had to get rid of Sarah Angel, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I can deal 2 damage to his face. Yeah, I don't really think I care about him moving the short sword around. I guess I don't mind him doing that, since I can deal 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, deal 2 damage. I can either do 1 extra damage to his face or 2 extra damage, and I think I'd rather... I guess I'll just kill a 3/3 anyways, so yeah, let's do something like this. Since he's forced to use a 1-mana to equip, makes it a lot more difficult for him. And we can just move the wand around next turn. Fine play, but it's still a little bit too slow, I think. Don't think a single Sarah Angel is going to amount to much. Opponent also moves to combat. I can ping him in the Volduke, make a 3/1, and then ping him again, and then move the Sorcerer's Wand around. I also have enough for Syncopate, so I should be in good shape here. I guess I can also just kick the token, so never mind. We'll just blink the token. Could have a Giddings Reproach. Sure. Alright, 18 lands, not bad. Currently 4-0. This deck is definitely overperforming. Yep, let's keep this. Let's keep this up. Alright, this hand does not seem good. Yeah, this hand sucks. Let's mulligan. This hand is also sucks. It's almost like the last one we had. But I guess I'm forced to keep. Guess we'll just bomb the wand since we need to hit our land drops. And Volduke is pretty much useless this matchup. Besides being a 3-2 since we don't have the wand to equip onto it. So just going to toss him out there. We top deck him. Blue-white aggro. Okay. That's a scary card to be seeing this early. Guess we'll just Befuddle and cycle. I mean, I guess Danitha is also quite scary, and I'd rather just kill Danitha, but we'll just cycle Befuddle onto Danitha. Maybe the Tolarian Scars can hold him back. Because I'm afraid he could just have an Adamant Will here, and I'd rather just bait it out. He could have a Syncopate too, Wizard's Retort, and I'd rather have Tolarian Scholar get countered than our Goblin Barrage, which will permanently deal with these two cards. Sure. Guess the Sorcerer's Wand could actually help ramp out Zahid as well. So maybe it was right just keeping it and bombing the land. Do I just play out the Cloud Reader Sphinx? He can only Syncopate for 2 and I can pay it with a Tempest Djinn, so I guess I don't mind just playing the Tempest Djinn here. And I can still pay for the Syncopate cost. If he attacks with both, I'm going to be quite suspicious, so I probably won't block. Dalvanon Trapper. Okay, land is good. I guess I can now play out Zahid. Question is, do I attack with it? Probably not, because he can tap it down and we need a blocker. Multiple Dalvanon Trappers, okay. I might have to just kill one of them, because he could get in for a lot of damage. So I don't mind just using Goblin Barrage on one of them. Play a land, say go. Don't know why the opponent's emoting me, like, I get it, you're stuck on lands, and I have my Flyers, but come on, give me a break. Everyone loses. Opponent will probably just rope me here, because he might be getting salty. Yeah, that has to get countered. Hey, you syncopated me, so, hey, don't complain here. Guess I'll just play out the island anyways, just to deal some damage to him. Yeah, probably don't need these lands, we can bomb both of them. Yeah, let's just attack in with the Zahid. Right, Zahid down. Hey, we have another Flyer, that's good. Guess I can now attack him with the Tempest Djinn. And we can pay for the Syncopate if he has one. Ooh, Academy Journey Mage, not bad. Don't think I need a Vidalian Arcanist. Yeah, do I really want the Vidalian? Yeah, I'll keep the Academy Journey Mage. Opponent just emoting me because he's getting salty. Well, I guess I can just bounce my Tempest Djinn back. Let's emote him back here. He's getting really salty. Sorry, salty opponent. But, Let's mute him. He's getting really salty. Guess I don't mind just trading for this Mesa Unicorn, so he doesn't gain 1,000,000 life. Or I can just trade for a Dominant Trapper, but I think I have to do this trade. Okay, so this is interesting. I guess I'll just attack with the Tempest Djinn. Huh, this is hard. Let's say he untaps it Traxos. I still need maybe like 2 blockers up. If I attack him for 4, I guess I don't mind just keeping both double Cloud Reader Sphinx. But I do need to kind of race him, I suppose. So maybe I have to attack with both. Hopefully he doesn't have a pump spell to kill me on the backswing. I guess if he has a single historic spell, I'll be dead. So let's just attack him for 4 here and keep up 1 blocker at least, since he can just tap my creature down and then swing out with the Traxos. So hopefully nothing bad here. Okay, that's not what I want to see. Alright, the salty opponent wins. Guess if he attacks him for 8, he has to untap. Well, a salty opponent wins the game. Has to emote every single time. I don't understand people like that. But who knows? Who cares? Let's just move on to the next match. We're doing good. He wants to preserve his rank 88. It makes him feel special that he's top 100. Alright, seems okay. We have maybe a land we can loot away. We have a tap more to Genius. Seems like an okay curve. We'll keep. Guess we can just lead with the Voldanian Arcanist. I do maybe want to keep up Syncopate, but red-black is not usually too aggressive. It's just full of removal spells. And I'm fine if he just wants to use them on my early threats. Holding on priority, maybe like a Shivan Fire or a Vicious Offering, I'm assuming. In that case, I don't mind just blocking and forcing him to use it since I have a Tolarian Scholar to follow up. Yeah, let's just do it here. There's no point in not blocking. I do want to bait out his removal spells and prevent damage eventually. Could just see a Shivan Fire here. Yep. He's holding on to priority again, so he has more stuff shaved up. So usually against red-black, you just want to force him to use all his removal spells, cause him to 2-for-1 himself. Phoenix is fine. We can still attack and then play out the Keldon Raider, which I think I'm going to do. I can keep a Syncopate and Blink of an Eye, and I can attack with both. Let's just, I could Blink the Fire Elemental, which I don't mind, and force him to recast it. Yeah, let's just do that. Just does essentially waste his turn, and then we can just get in for 6, which is a lot of damage. The question is, how greedy do I want to be with this fight with fire? Probably don't need to. I can just cast it, kill his creature, and then just get in. Okay, keeping up his mana, so he definitely has something here. I do have a Befuddle on defense and also a Syncopate, so I don't mind just attacking. Seeing what the opponent tries here. Let's see it. Vicious Offering. I think it's a Vicious Offering, and in that case, can I Syncopate it? I can Syncopate with X equals 5, so he won't be able to safely resolve this. Opponent's just holding up priority, he can't pay for 5, so that was just a nice 2-for-1. Probably has removal lined up for this Keldon Raider. Okay, you can attack me for 2, but I do have a E2 Journey Mage that's going to help, and also Syncopate, so it's quite nice. Can Syncopate equals X equals 2. Get in for 4, get in for another 2. Well, we can just kill that, I guess, with Fight with Fire. Don't understand why the opponent is still attacking. Alternatively, I can cycle this Befuddle. But I think here we're just going to cast a Fight with Fire. I guess I have extra mana to use for Syncopate. So if he has something here, I can still counter it. Yep, that's usually how red-black is, just a lot of removal spells. And you're using Flyers as a win condition, like Windgrace, Acolyte, Warcry, Phoenix, and Kazarov. Not Kazarov. Is it Kazarov? Yeah, I think it's Kazarov and Urgoros as your win condition. So currently 5-1. We're doing great. Let's keep this up. 18 lands, definitely overperforming in this deck full of expensive kicker spells and flyers. Okay, opening hand. Well, we do have some nice cards, but the question is, are we going to die to aggro? I mean, if we can cast them, then we're good. We do have Fight with Fire to maybe hold off something scary. I think I'm fine keeping this. But against an opponent playing white, I'm kind of, this hand is definitely a sketchy keep. But luckily he isn't playing anything, so could see a turn 3 card here. Wait, Dominant Trapper is okay. Guess I don't mind just playing out this Tempest Djinn to start beating down. And then eventually I can just use the play out the Cloud Reader Sphinx. Pretty strange attack. I think I'm just gonna let that resolve. I'm not gonna block this. Does imply some sort of combat trick. Maybe an Adamant Will. So I might want to just keep up a Befuddle here. So I guess I'll just stay back and keep up a Befuddle. I guess he could have like a Gideon's Reproach. So I guess I'll just block anyways and make him use it. I guess I can just use... I guess a Cloud Reader Sphinx isn't bad and I can keep lands on top. Alternatively, I can just fire Intervention and just take 3 here. Or play out the Keldon Raider. Don't mind getting more lands. Another Cloud Reader Sphinx is great, but I think I'll just keep a land in case I just want to play Zahid next turn. Just say go. I'm definitely blocking if he attacks, since I don't have any instant speed interaction to punish him. That's a good card, but I can definitely kill that with a Fire Intervention. Or I can use a Fight with Fire, and then play out the Voldalian Arcanist. Let's see, 6... But I don't think the Voldalian Arcanist is going to accomplish much, so I think we just do it now. Save the Fight with Fire for something better. Play out our land. Say go. Daring Archaeologies. Guess I can only get back artifacts. Do I want to play out Cloud Reader Sphinx or Zahid? I guess Zahid is more mana efficient. Don't mind just attacking him for 3. I do need to chip in some damage. Could have a Blessed Light here. No Blessed Light. Okay, I do have a Goblin Barrage lined up. This turn I guess I'll just play another Cloud Reader Sphinx. Play as many of them as I can. Another Fire Intervention looks good. And then we can attack with Zahid. Wow, how many on Sarah's Wings does this opponent have? I guess I don't mind a double block here if he goes for it. I guess now we can punish him with a Fire Intervention. Yeah, so I mean, on Sarah's Wings is very good. The only issue is that, it does, however, unfortunately, lead you to a 2-for-1, especially in a set that's full of removal spells. I mean, getting an attack in is quite nice, gaining life and all, but usually, yeah, I think he's dead. Unless he chumps blocks, of course. And I think I'm fine keeping up a Syncopate here. We're just going to cast a Voldalian Arcanist. We can Syncopate for X equals 3 in case he has something. Another Salty Opponent. We'll just give him a quick kill. Alright, Salty Opponent down. One more game, and then we're off to 8 wins. Let's do an overview of this deck before we move on. Okay, 1 loss. Alright, so overview of the deck. We're running 18 lands. The reason why, a lot of expensive cards. Zahid. Varric's Bladewing wants to be kicked on 7 if you, for the most part, since generating 2 4/4s is usually, again, better than having 1/4. mana flying creature. So this definitely wants to be kicked on turn 7. So having 17 lands, 18 lands makes it a lot more easier. Fight with Fire wants to be kicked for 9 mana, so you want lands for that as well. Also, the extra land can give us access to an early Tempest Djinn, or actually grows the Tempest Djinn by 1 power with every island that we got. I guess the Memorial Genius just counts as a basic land, not an island, but it's still okay going 8/8. I mean 9/9 since we do have double red with the Keldon Raider, Varric's Bladewing, and then let's see, just a bunch of filler cards on turn 3. Divination to draw, Befuddle we can cycle and prevent damage, and just 2 Vodalian Arcanists essentially. So overall, yeah, pretty solid deck. Definitely wants to be playing 18 lands, since missing a land drop is very crucial in this deck. We need mana to keep up the syncopates. We need mana to double spell. Our curve is very high with a bunch of 6 drop, 4/5 drops, and a bunch of creatures that we're looking to kick. Sorcerer's Wand is also quite mana intensive since it costs 4 to actually equip. I mean, one to play it out, 3 to equip, so that equals 4. And then sometimes the win condition might require us to move the wand around and ping the opponent in case we run out of ways to do direct damage. But yeah, pretty nice deck. In terms of the sideboard, we're not playing short swords since we already have a Sorcerer's Wand that can maybe equip onto Valduk. And I don't really want to rely on Valduk as a win condition, since essentially in this deck he's just a random 3 mana 3/2 that can trade for any creature. But it's nice to at least have a 3/2 sometimes to trade with a 2-drop or another 3-drop, and then the Sorcerer's Wand is a nice upside with Valduk. I don't think the short sword will accomplish much with our given deck, given the lack of creatures that we have. We only have 12 creatures, so it definitely gets a lot more worse the less creatures you have, and we're not looking to swarm the opponent or looking to play saplings. Our first pack 1 pick 1 was Rona. The second pick from the first pack is a Wrath Capuchin, and unfortunately we didn't end up in any of those 2 archetypes, since red and blue was extremely open. But regardless, they're both very strong cards that I don't think was wrong picking them. Maybe I could have missed out on a Cloud Reader Sphinx by taking Rona, but we have 2 Cloud Reader Sphinxes anyways. Maybe I could have missed out on the Merfolk Trickster by taking Wrath Capuchin, which would have been fine in our deck, but I still don't think it's super amazing. We're also not playing the Gitu Lava Runners. Our deck is not looking to be very hyper aggressive. Most of our creatures are looking to be defensive anyways, like the double Vodalian Arcanist, the Tolarian Scholar, the Fliers that we're looking to play with high toughness, and we just don't have a lot of cheap instances and sorceries to cantrip with the Gitu Lava Runners, no ops. We have a double Warlord Fear, but I don't think it's worth doing. We don't have any like Run Amucks. We do have a Blink of an Eye, but I still don't think that's enough. And we're not playing the Cold Water Snapper because we already have a lot of expensive late game already. And it's better to have a late game card that can fly, or a late game card that you can kick to do a lot more work, like Despite with Fire, maybe Varric's Bladewing. So we're fine without the Cold Water Snapper. At the end of the day, it's just a good ground blocker, but not a very good attacker, unless the opponent doesn't have anything on the battlefield. Therefore, we're also not playing an Arcane Flight. So yeah, this deck is a little bit controlling, but it's not hyper aggressive, but it's more like a tempo deck, I guess, where it's a mix between control and aggro, where you're trying to develop the board but also keeping up counter spells. Academy Journey Mage can bounce things, Blink of an Eye can bounce things, so something along the lines of that. And then you're looking to maybe just win the game with our Flyers, Zahid, Double Cloud Reader Sphinx, Varric's Bladewing, Tempest Djinn, etc. So yeah, the deck seems pretty good. So I guess I'll just rename this Izzet Flyers 18 lands to kind of showcase this. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and I think we're just going to move on to the final boss. And we did face a couple of salty opponents. One we lost to because he had double on Sarah's Wings, and then the one we won against who also had double on Sarah's Wings. So be careful of your enchantment, guys. Sometimes enchanting a creature isn't all that great, since this is a set with lots of removal that can heavily punish you for that. But regardless, On Sarah's Wings is a great card, but the problem is that, again, it's an enchantment, so it does have some downsides. But hey, if you can get in a huge hit, you can gain a bunch of life, and that can save you. So Onslaughter's Wings is still very good, but it's just has a lot of downsides to it. So anyways, let's move on to the final boss. Hopefully we can seal this last game, and then maybe we can do a quick draft course at 2021 with our 5k gold. Let's begin. Okay, Vodalian Arcanist, and then Tolarian Scholar, and then Cloud Reader Sphinx. Seems like we have a decent curve of creatures. We just need to hit our instances and sorceries, but I think it's a fine keep. We'll eventually draw into them. So green, and let's see what the second color is. Come on, show me the second color. Green and black, so Saplings, okay. So opponent's looking to maybe go wide, have lots of removal spells. Slimefoot is a scary card that we need to get rid of. Power Stone Shard, so he's looking to ramp. So hopefully he doesn't kick anything scary. So in that case, do I just leave up my mana? I mean, maybe he's not going to play anything too scary. I guess we can do it next turn with the Syncopate. I think I'm fine just playing out the Scholar here. Like, we can play out the Vodalian Arcanist, and we have X equals 2 next turn. So hopefully that counters like a Grundle Lonely King or something. Usually with 5 he can maybe kick a... Okay, that's just a Stronghold Confessor. Nothing too scary. Okay, that's alright. Guess I'll just play out... I could also play out Valduke with Syncopate up. Next turn we're looking to tap out for Cloud Reader Sphinx. Is Valduke going to accomplish anything? I don't think so. I think I'd rather just double block the Stronghold Confessor here. If he decides to attack and keep up the Syncopate. And we have X equals 2, so if he tries to tap out for something large, we can definitely counter it. He could have a Fungal Infection to punish us. Am I fine with him using Fungal Infection? I guess I don't mind him using Fungal Infection. This was one that came into the battlefield, right? So I guess I don't mind him using the Fungal Infection. It's still a 1-for-1. He still only takes out my Tolarian Scholar. If he tries to follow up with something, I can just counter it. Gift of Growth, unkicked. Guess that's fine. It's only going to become a 5/5, so he's only going to kill off one thing, and that's a Tolarian Scholar. Seems okay. And then if he tries to tap out something, I guess he's not trying to tap out with anything. Do I just play out the Cloud Reader Sphinx? I guess I do. Alternatively, I can just play out the Divination, or just play out Valduke plus Divination. Huh. This Cloud Reader Sphinx here. Probably has like another instant speed spell. I guess I don't mind a Jhin. In that case, I do want my Memoria of Genius tapped. So sure. Well, next turn we'll play out the Memorial, maybe keep up the Syncopate. And we'll just say go. Spore Swarm, nothing too scary. We can block those. I'm just afraid of a Wild Onslaught. Well, that's a card that we definitely can't deal with. So maybe I should have kept up my counter spells. Don't think Valduke is going to accomplish anything this game. Let's just draw. Maybe I kicked Varric's Bladewing. So maybe I can take 6 and maybe try to race him in the air as a win con. How do I deal with Multani? I guess I can just bounce him. He's just going to do a lot of damage to us, though, so that's going to be quite difficult. Well, Untamed Kavu kicked is going to be a problem as well. Let's just take a casual 6 here. Multani's a pretty busted card. And then we can just counter the Untamed Kavu. I guess you can pay for it. I guess not, because it's X equals 3, never mind. Maybe we just need to race him with the Fliers. I really don't see myself winning this any other way. We'll just take it here, and next turn we can maybe go for some blocks, attack him in the air, and hopefully we can survive. Verdant Force. Okay, the opponent's not making it easy for us. Okay, there is a Goblin Barrage. Let's see, so he can attack for 7, we chump 1. We can't afford to take 7, so we do need to block it. Maybe I can put him onto a 2-turn clock with the Varix Bladewing. Block here, take... So I can block here, take 4, chump. Yeah, I guess we need to Goblin Barrage here. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just Goblin Barrage. Because the Menace creature is going to become a problem. We can play out Volduke. And I guess we're safe. Let's see. Let's say we attack with all three of these. We can chump here, block here, take 4. Huh. So he's going to trample over. I guess he can trample over for 8 if he gets another land. So we'll be taking 5. And if we take 2 more damage, we're dead. So maybe we need to keep the Cloud Reader Sphinx back. But I'm fine attacking with 8 this, so this is fine. We can still chump the Verdant Force. And then we can play out Zahid and maybe go for an all-out attack next turn. I'm definitely chumping with the Voldalian Arcanist. If I have some good blocks against these Saphirlings too. If I get a blink of an eye, I can win the game by bouncing Multani. Wondering what the opponent's thinking here. He obviously cannot attack with Multani because I can just swing back for lethal and I have enough blockers to stay alive. I think he's contemplating whether or not he wants to send all of his Saphirlings, so we can still chump the Verdant Force and kill all of his Saphirling tokens. Yeah, I guess I don't mind this. Am I missing out on anything? No, this is fine. Alternatively, I could just triple block it. Like, I could just lose the Cloud Reader Sphinx and kill off the Verdant Force. But the fact is, he's sending double Saphirlings anyway, so he needs to regenerate them, so I guess the chump isn't bad. Let's just do it. Tempest Djinn, that's quite nice. But I think this time we just played as Zahid here. And then we can set up for some sort of all-out attack. So he does need to attack with Multani next turn. And I can still survive. So yeah, I guess it's game over since I can just attack with a Flyer. How much? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I do want to use this Kick Fight with Fire, can I? Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just one land short. Yeah, let's just attack with all the flyers here. Because he can only block the Zahid, and we have 8. We have more than enough. We have more than enough flyers to win. Alright, we're the final boss, Multani, Verdant Force. Kind of have to give my opponent a congratulations there with, for picking the Multani and scaring me with it, but we managed to get there. 18 lands, 7 and 1. Pretty nice draft. Alright, let's crack some packs. Let's do a Dominaria, pack 1, pick 1. What do we have to find? Pleasure of opening. Probably gonna take the Wizard's Lightning here. Even if you don't have too many wizards, a 3 mana deal 3 damage at instant speed is still pretty powerful. Alternatively, there's some other good commons: Skittering Surveyor, Vicious Offering, and Pegasus Courser. If Wizard's Lightning wasn't in this pack, I'd probably take the Skittering Surveyor. Splashing is just important in this set because there's lots of powerful bombs that you can splash for, and removal spells. And it's also nice to have a 3-drop that can help you search your second color in case you have issues with your mana base or your lands. But both these 2 commons are good as well. Probably take the Vicious Offering since white is considered the weakest color. But white is definitely not unplayable in this set, so don't sleep on it. Okay, probably just take a Tiana, Ship's Caretaker. Red-white is not my favorite archetype, but if you can string together a nice red-white deck with lots of auras, equipments, and Valdukes, it can be quite powerful, especially like Mesa Unicorns and Dubs and lots of Aven Sentries. So Tiana seems like a good card. I mean, a 5-mana 3/3 flying first strike is definitely difficult to block. But again, this set has a lot of removal, so most of the time your flyers won't survive. The best common overall is just Fungal Infection. Easy, interesting choice between Knight of Grace and Blessed Light. I think Knight of Grace is just a better card than Blessed Light in a pack 1 pick 1 scenario. If I was already drafting white and I don't have a lot of removal spells, of course I would take the Blessed Light here as an excellent removal spell, but Knight of Grace is just really good. White is looking to be very aggressive. It's nice to have a 2-mana 2/2 first striker. Even without the +1/+0, it's still very good. Obviously, I think the Knight of Grace is better than the Knight of Malice, since black tends to be more controlling in this set. Therefore, you aren't trying to leverage the 2-mana 2/2 first strike creatures to win in order to win. But the Knight of Grace, you know, Knight of Grace, yeah, Knight of Grace fits well with the aggressive game plan of white. So it's a pretty good clear first pick here, and it's really good if you're already in white. I mean, since it's just a really powerful 2-drop. Grun versus Blessed Light. Probably take Blessed Light. Grun is good, but you do need to ramp him out, so you do need to prioritize things like Llanowar, Elves. Blessed Light, just premium removal. The Exile is relevant, so it can deal with cards like Multani, and also prevent any graveyard recursion shenanigans with the Soul Salvage, etc. But I would definitely take a Blessed Light here. Dauntless Bodyguard is also pretty decent. Unfortunately, unlike Corset 2021, with the Selfless Savior, the 1-mana 1/1 dog that can also give a creature indestructible, Dauntless Bodyguard can only target a single creature to give indestructible, while the Selfless Savior gives you more options, since you can save any creature that's on the battlefield with it and give it indestructible. Also, to keep in mind, this is a very controlling grindy set. There's a lot of 3 toughness creatures on turn 2, so usually 2-mana 2/2s aren't super amazing in this set. So either way, either way, yeah, the Dauntless Bodyguard isn't going to be super amazing in in this set, since it's very controlling, and again, white is considered the weakest color in this set, and if you're trying to go for the aggressive game plan, you're kind of on the back foot due to the fact that there's just so much cheap removal and interaction in this set that can set you, that can that can definitely set you back and just kill off all your early creatures right away. So, I don't know, Dauntless Bodyguard is good, but I still think I'd take a Blessed Light over it. Pretty bad pack overall. Without Soothsayer, however, is good in the Black-Green Sapperlings deck, so I'd probably take that. Juggernaut can be okay if you're being aggressive, but again, it does trade down. But usually if the opponent doesn't have any 3-powered creatures, they can just double block and you get a nice 2-for-1 due to its high power. But for the most part, it does trade down, so you gotta be careful playing this card, especially with cards against cards like Dovna Trapper, Deathbloom Thallid, Gitu Journey Mage. They can definitely trade for this, and you'll be spending way more mana than you should just trading for a 3-drop. I guess a Knight of New Benalia also trades for it, so that's another concern. Just a Fire Intervention. Actually, Mesa Unicorn could just be better than Fire Intervention. Overall, this is just a very impressive 2-drop for the white aggressive decks. So definitely a pretty powerful overperformer. Fire Intervention you can always get later. It's not a high priority. Most people do pass them up. It is pretty expensive for what it's worth. But however, it does deal with artifacts. So if you run across like Helm of the Host or Jousting Lances or Icy Manipulators or any other artifact creatures like Traxos, Fire Intervention is pretty good. So I usually don't mind main decking 1 or 2 copies of them, just like what we did in this draft. So yeah, I wouldn't mind Fire Intervention, but I think Mesa Unicorn, due to the fact that it's cheap, the lifelink is quite nice, and if you somehow end up being the white drafter at the table, Mesa Unicorn has a lot more upside than already being in red and drafting red than the Fire Intervention, since Shivan Fires tends to be better, as well as Fight with Fire and Goblin Barrage. Alright, we'll save the Core Set 2021 packs for our next draft, since we do have 5k gold. But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the draft. In the meantime, I'm going to upload a Core Set 2021 quick draft onto my channel. In the meantime, yeah, just have a wonderful day, guys, and take care.